Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium for an eagerly awaited clash between Sevilla and Barcelona. The home side in a really poor run of form of late, desperate to cling on to hopes of a Champions League finish. Barcelona in chase, of course, of Real Madrid. A moment's reflection in memory of Estanislao Basora, who passed away this week at the age of 85. He played 373 times for Barcelona in the 40s and 50s. Well, Barcelona with the head start, at least in terms of playing this weekend over Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid. Can they apply some pressure ahead of Real's home game against Malaga on Sunday by reducing the gap at the top to 7 points? Perfect evening in Europe's hottest city and warming by the day as winter is very much giving way to spring. Sevilla side still with no Negredo, but he is on the bench, been struggling with injury. Their top scorer so far this season is Freddie Canute, has only 7. So unlike a Sevilla season to see them shot shy in front of goal as they have been. A very strong Barcelona side. Of course, Pep Guardiola's team had a rare midweek off and should be fresh and ready for this challenge.
Always ready, Kevin. I don't think a game every 3 days phases them, but I think they would appreciate a few extra days rest before the culmination towards the end of the season. Hugely important matches domestically, cup final, a league campaign that they still believe they can get something out of. Of course, they're in the Champions League.
This is former Barcelona player Navarro shuffling it forward, and it's taken on by Reyes, the former Real Madrid player and Arsenal player, of course. Jose Antonio Reyes stopped in his tracks. He's on the ball quickly again here, fed forward by Canute. Now Rakitic, Medel, Navas. Familiar names that trip off the tongue, and although they have been in poor form over the last few months, this is the relatively new coach, Michel. Came in to replace Marcelino after Marcelino had overseen Sevilla's best start to a season since the late 40s. And then he had a particularly poor run after that. It cost him his job ultimately. Michel given a deal until the end of the season, and that will be extended if he can lead Sevilla to a Champions League finish. Certainly not beyond them. You look at the players out there in white, Terry, and some familiar names, and the kind of team that can get themselves up for a night like this.
It always is the case here, Kevin. I've been to this fixture on many occasions. A fantastic atmosphere here. The best of times, and especially against Barcelona and Real Madrid. So the supporters are right up for the occasion. The players will be. Just looking at the lineup, Canute dropping deep into the midfield role. It's important he gets in the box when the balls are coming into the 18-yard box.
Here's Dani Alves. A free kick has been given against a frustrated Navarro, who was sent off when the sides drew 0-0 at the Camp Nou back in October. Sevilla had 2 players sent off late on in that game. Freddie Canute was the other.
It is a clear foul. Dani Alves.
Favours the left foot from this angle of Messi. Busquets trying to get on the end of it. Safe and easy take for Andres Palop, the veteran goalkeeper, who's won his place back in the side since Michel took over here as coach. Palop usurping Javi Varas, the goalkeeper who turned in one of the greatest displays any of us have seen in recent years in that goalless draw at the Camp Nou in October. A string of magnificent saves and a late penalty stop to deny Messi. This is Piqué. Busquets. Mascherano. Adriano, one of two former Sevilla players in the Barcelona side. The other, of course, is Alves. Messi, Dani Alves, skipping away here from Reyes. Trying to invite a challenge there, Dani Alves. Reyes wasn't to be duped into it.
Reyes did his job there. He tracks back Dani Alves. I thought he was going to be a little bit impetuous and make a challenge. Slightly alarming, I think, for Michel. The fact that I thought the tactics in the initial 2 or 3 opening minutes were from Sevilla were to press hard up the pitch, play with a high tempo and trying to win the ball back. That lasted 4 minutes, and Mascherano just glided out the back forward with the ball into midfield under no pressure from Canute and Manu. They have to maintain a high tempo in terms of winning the ball back, but Sevilla already looking to retreat, drop back into their own half.
Here's Pedro. Trying to slide it in towards Messi. It's a poor touch. It is Lionel Messi. And Spajic atoned for his error. That was a nervy second or two for the Bosnian, with Messi onto the loose pass. Opening corner of the game goes to Barcelona. They take it short. It's back here with Dani Alves. Will have to be kept in, and is by Medel. Adriano. Deflection, awkward. Oh, Palop, for one fleeting moment, thought that was going to drop into the goal, and I think most inside the stadium thought that might be happening here. Adriano's shot.
Again, it's Adriano who steps out the back four into midfield, unopposed, not confronted till he was going to get a shot in on goal. Dangerous tactics from Sevilla.
Xavi Hernandez with the latest Barca corner. Iniesta. And towards Piqué. Escudé met it initially and then fisted away by Palop. Nice touch from Navas, back to him via Canute. Dani Alves to make sure he got under that. Piqué. Challenge from Julian Escudé. Pedro. Xavi. Iniesta. Xavi. It's better closing down by Sevilla in the case of Medel. Just a second or two's delay there from Senor Gonzalez, tonight's referee, before he decided in favour of Sevilla.
Certainly dwelt on his decision. Possibly he was going to blow there. Foul by Xavi on Navas, and there we see the shot from Adriano. Just looks to the top of the pile.
Yeah, it did. Canute, Navarro. Ivan Rakitic. Expansive pass, just a little too strong for Navas. Well, certainly a bold selection from Michel. He's got two genuine wingers in Navas and Reyes. A couple of forwards in Canute and Manu. How can they fare defensively against this free-scoring Barcelona team?
I think Reyes has an important role tonight. It's so important, the value in terms of him tracking back defensively. We know about his talent going forward.
It's a foul by Piqué on Manu.
Price challenge from Gerard Piqué. Manu not really going anywhere. Not a lot of support for him either. He would be relieved to have been upended by Piqué. And Sevilla had a chance to get some bodies forward into attacking positions. Escudé, Spahic making their way forward.
Fed in by Reyes. Unattended. Victor Valdez, who leads the Zamora table as the goalkeeper with the least goals conceded. He's looking for his fourth successive Zamora title. Barcelona have conceded only 19 in the league. They still haven't given up on catching Real Madrid. And they won't do that until it's mathematically impossible. Fabregas feathered beautifully into the pack here. Pedro's denied by Palom. Goalkeeper out quick to close the angle down. First genuine chance of the evening.
Pedro's been finding it hard this season to get a regular run of games going through injury, not being selected, but he looks really sharp tonight. It's an awkward chance for him to make the most of. Can't really sort his feet out. Prods it goalwards and decent save from Palop.
XAVI with a corner. Piqué can't get there. Wasn't the touch that Rakitic meant, but spun kindly into the hands here of his goalkeeper. Pedro's only got one league goal this season. He's had spells out with injury and lack of form. But he hasn't scored in the league since September.
Of course, we've seen the introduction of Cuenca and Teo, young players, all playing in a similar position. But I still think Pep Guardiola knows the value of Pedro. That's why he's getting games at the moment. He knows he needs to get match fit, get some games under his belt, and hopefully Pep Guardiola will be hoping that Pedro starts getting amongst the goals again.
Storming run this from Dani Alves. Pedro again was the furthest Barcelona player forward. Pace to burn. This is Messi. Fabregas losing out to Spahic. Nice football from Sevilla. Reyes won't get there ahead of Piqué. Crowd warmed to that little succession of passes though. Quick throw. Navas in behind them initially. And Mascherano's pace, not for the first time in recent weeks, important at the back for Barcelona.
It's better from Sevilla. It was a brilliant spell of one-touch passing and quick thinking from the throw-in. Mascherano. Could have been Carlos Puyol there, couldn't it? Spotting danger, getting across there with a last-ditch challenge to unite Jesus Navas.
Escudé, Spahic, Canute, Manu, all looking to come in onto some quality, and it was Escudé who attacked it just in front of that corner of the 6-yard area.
See the chance from Pedro. Good build-up play. Tries to take it the outside of his right foot. Doesn't really get it under control, get it out of his feet. Escudé with a near miss from the corner.
Just feel if he'd been brave enough to take it on his left side, Pedro, the chance would have been an even better one.
Look how high XAVI is up the pitch there, trying to press the ball, win it back. And his teammates follow suit. And that's the end result. Sevilla give the ball back to Barcelona. Love the positive pressing Barcelona team do week in, week out.
Navas trying to feed Luna. Spahic. Escudé. Nice touch from Manu. He's got it back again here. Piqué should win the race. Mascherano.
It's been a competitive opening 15 minutes. Sevilla given as good as they've got. Certainly Barcelona not dominating the game.
Here's the man they fear, of course, most. Messi, just 13 goals in his last 5 appearances. Fabregas.
Does that include the hat-trick for Argentina, or is that on top as well?
Taken on here by Adriano. Tumbles over the challenge of Spahic. And that was pretty approximate to that 18-yard line. Spahic knew what he'd done there. Adriano was in full flight.
It's a reckless challenge, isn't it? The central defender. Clearly outside the box. No appeals from Barcelona in terms of a penalty decision. It's a foul. This is going to be a good opportunity for Barcelona to test Palop.
Yellow card for Emir Spahic. Familiar duo over the Barcelona set piece. The angle, of course, favours the right foot of XAVI. But we all remember from almost this exact spot the outrageous goal that Messi scored a few weeks ago with a left foot. XAVI! Goal! The veteran Palop, a little slow, I fancy, to get across. Got a good hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. And XAVI Hernandez's brilliant personal goal-scoring season continues. He's 9th in the league, 13 in all competitions, his best ever.
It's a big goal, because it's been a competitive match. That goal that Lionel Messi got against Atletico Madrid, against Courtois, has now got goalkeepers guessing. You're right, there is the clear, obvious favourite, the player, the right-footed player of XAVI. So that goal from Messi the other week, it gets goalkeepers guessing, but XAVI, right on cue, right-footed, right in the top corner. Palop gets there. He thinks for a split second he's done enough to keep it out. He just palms it in, off the post, into the side netting. Brilliant technique from XAVI. Palop will be distraught. Set the ball up. He will be held responsible. Certainly can't take anything away from the quality of the strike from XAVI Hernandez.
Rakitic.
If you're Palop in goal, you're thinking, is this going to be Messi, bend it in towards my left? Is it going to be XAVI, curl it into the near post, into the top corner? So a little bit of doubt now in the goalkeeper's minds when they're facing a free kick from that position of the pitch. And I think that contributed towards that goal.
This time last season, Barcelona held a 7-point lead. There's Javi Varas, who's lost his place recently to Palop. At this same stage last season, Barca had a 7-point lead over Real Madrid. If they hold or better what they have here at Sevilla, they will trail Real by 7 points. Iniesta is going to get there! And he'll be very disappointed he hasn't hit the target.
I don't think he does an awful lot with the finish. I think he just goes for power. I think they're a player of his quality. Should be curling that in right-footed towards that post. He went for power and just cuts across the ball slightly and was a wayward attempt in the end. Another opening for Barcelona.
Adriano. XAVI calling for it. Instead it's with Messi, now Adriano. Fabregas looking early for Pedro.
He's everywhere at the moment, isn't he? He's down the right flank, the left flank. He's cutting in and making darting runs towards the centre of goal as well.
What a poor clearance, slip there from Palop. Really unnerved by the conceding of the XAVI free kick. Luna. Manu. Towards Canute, it's well defended by Alves. Fabregas, Messi on the move. Brought that down in an instant. Iniesta. Oh, it's a poor challenge by Medel. Referee right to allow play to continue. This is Alves. Iniesta. Messi. Pedro. He feed it back into the feet of Messi, but Spajic was there to break it up.
Barcelona looking in good form again, looking really sharp. Little nibble there from Spajic, has to be careful.
More than a nibble from Medel.
Good awareness from Iniesta to see that tackle coming. Surprising it's taken 22 minutes for Gary Medel to make that type of challenge.
They don't call him the pit bull for nothing. Rakitic. Again, he's trying that pass out to Navas.
I haven't been able to get Navas in the game yet, and I still think that, for me, in my opinion, it might be worth a Sevilla manager trying him in a different position. I still think he's their best player. The more they get him on the ball, the better. I think he's developed into more than just a winger now. And of course, with Sevilla constantly changing their managers, no manager really has the time to work with him and perhaps try to use him in a more central position.
Here's Manu taking on Piqué. Oh, he struck that well. Valdez had to be alert at his near post. It's a corner. Thought the referee had given a corner here.
He's just going to get a round of applause then, Manu, from the home supporters for the first effort. On the rebound, he kicked it behind, off the goal, behind the goal for a goal kick. And ended up getting the bird from his home fans.
Fabregas. Lovely pass from Fabregas. Xavi's little flick quite into the path of Pedro. Mascherano to tidy up. Reyes. Messi, XAVI, Fabregas did well to wriggle that ball away from Escudés as Iniesta. Onto it now is Messi, brilliantly done. Oh, it's glorious. Another one for the picture scrapbook. Goal number 231 as he closes in on Barcelona's all-time record goal scorer, Cesar. Now just 4 behind him.
The goal is a complete work of art. He's just going to make the point on the rare occasion that a Barcelona player got caught dwelling on the ball in midfield. But Fabregas worked his way out that situation. Here we see, just dwells, but he just puts the ball away to Messi. And Barcelona are up and running. Iniesta involved, back to Messi, but look at this, nutmegs there. And then the little dink. Goalkeepers know he's going to do it, but they've got no choice but to go and spread themselves, go down low, try and block the attempt. But he gets the dink, inch perfect. Everyone holding their breath, waiting for that second. Is he going to go over the bar? Is he going to come down? He comes down quick enough, comfortably in time. 2-0 Barcelona. He is an absolute genius.
You simply can't defend him. That close control, that rapid acceleration. And once more, coolness personified in on the goalkeeper.
Spanish director might be ability with XAVI tonight. He's blaming everything on Andres Palop. There was an awful lot he could do there. He might have been a little bit harsh on him on the free kick as well, due to the quality of the effort from XAVI. Barcelona have had their troubles this season away from home. They're not having that tonight. Having it all their own way, in the mood for more goals as well.
And here they go in search of the third. XAVI! It's a decent stop from Palop. XAVI took a painful one as well in the act of shooting. Not one to make the fuss of anything, Xavi Hernandez.
Again, another example of the brilliance of Barcelona in attacking play. It's a good save from Palop. Yesterday, just promising to XAVI. Just left him a permanent reminder there. The Sevilla back four really struggling at the moment to contain the Barcelona attack. 5 players causing havoc for Barcelona going forward. Busquets holding the midfield. XAVI, Iniesta, Fabregas, Pedro and Messi are running right at the moment.
Adriano. Pedro. Barcelona utilising space brilliantly yet again. Here's Alves. Such an intelligent team Pep Guardiola has at his disposal. The way they use the space. Technique on the ball is a given. But the other qualities they have, the hunger. Here goes Messi, hungry as anyone out there to add to what is 51 goals now for the season for Lionel Messi. It's not fanciful to say he could end up with something between 60 and 65 goals.
He's got 13 in his last 5, so it could be more.
Plenty of Spanish football to look forward to over the weekend. feast yourselves. That's easy for Palop. Including Athletic Bilbao. A Sky Sports Extra, that's online. I suggest you have a look at that. Athletic Bilbao at home to Valencia. If you managed to catch Athletic's 2 performances against Manchester United at San Mamés in midweek, they were unbelievably good. I think, Terry, we might be talking about a golden generation at San Mamés that Bielsa's got at his disposal there.
Well, I think he's a very astute coach, and I think it's more than luck that he find himself at Athletic Bilbao. He must have looked at that group of players. They're a very young group before deciding to take on that job. I think it's a smashing group of players for him to work with. He's transformed their style of play, made him into a very, very good football team now.
Reyes.
What I'm appreciating more than anything else tonight about Barcelona's performances, every single player's first thought is to go forward with the ball, either to run with the ball or to pass it forward. It's never sideways, it's never going backwards. That's the last resort.
The pressure there on Dani Alves forced the hurried kick from Palop. Cute touch from Manu, fooled Piqué into what is a booking. Sent off only a couple of weeks ago against Sporting Gijón. Gerard Piqué needs to watch his P's and Q's now.
He's guilty again of getting too tight. I don't think he needs to against Manu. There's a push, there's a little shove. I think Manu makes the most of it. Definitely goes in the soft category of yellow cards, but it was an offence.
Mentioning about Athletic Bilbao's taking of the Manchester United scalp in the Europa League. Was another very good week all round for Spanish clubs. Valencia also got through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Their opponents on Sunday, Athletic Bilbao, and the 2 sides have been kept apart in the draw, and indeed the draw for the semi-final. Same, of course, applies in the Champions League. We could yet have a Classico Champions League final in Munich. Pep Guardiola, Terry, said the team he wanted to avoid in the Champions League quarter-final draw was AC Milan, having met them twice in the group stage. I just get the feeling Massimo Allegri, the head coach of AC Milan, was saying exactly the same.
Yeah.
Was a delay off the bar! What a let-off! Gerard Piqué stood statuesque and allowed Manu to get his header in, and it thumped back off the bar. It's a real let-off. Gerard Piqué has been left out by Guardiola in recent weeks after a lack of concentration at times. It was very evident again there. Messi. XAVI, space to turn. Alves calling for it. Here is Dani Alves. Away by Escudé.
So there was a little wake-up call for Barcelona. Lack of communication between Piqué and Valdez, but I think Piqué should just be dealing with that. Right at the edge of the box, it was going to be dangerous for Valdez to come out and collect. Manu should have scored.
Should have scored, Terry, at the first time of asking. I'd like to see again when the ball came back to his feet. He just didn't seem to sort his legs out to get it at the second attempt. Let's see when it comes back off the bar.
Gets there first and he hits the bar.
Angle not good to see it, but I'm sure we'll get another look when the boys review that at half-time. Our Spanish director just not showing us the best angle there. Messi. Fabregas. Crowd a little anxious at the lack of quality, and the Reyes challenge might be left to pay for it. Here's XAVI. Pedro. It's well blocked in the end by Navarro.
Some great passages of play around the edge of the box. When Barcelona in possession, just prodding little passes around, trying to find space for a shot.
Iniesta. Fabregas. Cut out well by XAVI. Here's Manu. So a bit of a cynical drag back that from Dani Alves. Free kick quickly taken. Here's Rakitic. Navas takes on his former Sevilla teammate Adriano and earns the corner. Need to get him into the game though. Statement of the obvious, but as Terry said earlier, Sevilla's best player, most influential, Jesus Navas. XAVI, Spahic make their way forward to join Canute and Manu. Navas just hovering outside the penalty area. Now he makes a run to the near post, and right from the spot he vacated came the corner. And here's Piqué. He got slightly daunted there, Piqué, when he found himself in the inside left berth.
Wasn't slow to get forward, was he? Because I was keeping an eye on the markers. Sevilla should be a threat from set pieces, and Piqué is obviously one of those. Sprinted from the near post. Before you knew it, he's over the halfway line. For a change, a lack of blue and red shirts getting forward to help him.
Canute was arguing with the referee about why a yellow card wasn't shown to Dani Alves a few moments ago. His frustration levels won't be helped by a Barcelona free kick awarded. Got himself very wound up at the Camp Nou when he came off the substitutes bench. Canute got himself in a spat with Cesc Fabregas and was sent off. Jesus Navas. Spahic. XAVI. Barcelona nuisance value everywhere you look.
A decent little spell for Sevilla. They're more competitive, regrouped after conceding those 2 goals. Manu should have scored on the occasion when he struck the woodwork. And he's enjoying a little bit more possession now.
Reyes. Manu. Away by Piqué. Medel. Canute, she's got a yard there on Piqué. Decent try from the former Spurs and West Ham player, Freddie Canute.
Decent little chip from Gary Medel, spots the movement of Freddie Canute. It's a difficult skill. Chest control, swivel. Try and attempt to get the shot on target. Decent effort, better from Sevilla again.
Twilight years of Freddie Canute's career now, 34 years old. He averages a goal just about every 2 games in his excellent Sevilla career. It's his 7th season here. And this good spell for the home side continues. Manu. Luna. Decent looking cross. Taken out of the path of Rakitic, importantly by Dani Alves. He was just waiting to chest that down, Rakitic.
The putting under pressure now, Sevilla. Barcelona being stretched at the back. Last corner was a short one. I suggest they get this in the box. Try and maintain that good momentum that they've got at the moment.
In from Rakitic. It's good, safe hands from Victor Valdez. Not a bad clearance either, Pedro. Chance here for Pedro, fancies it. Palop with a good save. And Navarro first to the loose ball ahead of Messi.
A good spell of pressure from Sevilla nearly resulted in Barcelona getting the third. Outstanding clearance from Victor Valdez. If you just put it in an approximate area that Pedro would chase it, had the speed to chase it down, get onto it.
Rakitic, oh, good ball. Canute, Navas to his right. Now he makes the run. Adriano had seen it, read that well. Canute working hard against Fabregas. Reyes. Canute, can he get there first? Oh, and Valdez had to get down to his right to make the touch. It was Adriano who got there ahead of Canute. Valdez had to get down smartly.
Just wonder if there's been any change from Michel tactically that's allowed Sevilla to get a grip back into this game. And I think it's Reyes is playing slightly more in field. He started off in a 4-4-2, playing wide on the left. Now he's drifted into a more central position. He's picking up the ball, getting on the ball a little bit more. Manu has dropped slightly out wider. Slightly more offensive from Sevilla now. Canute turned the pace there, skips past Piqué. Adriano with the touch back. It's a dangerous effort, and Valdez had to make the save from the back pass, and then Pedro, just prior to that, up against two defenders, manages to get a shot in. And a decent save from Palop.
Exciting, eventful first half here in Seville. XAVI. All the room in the world here for Dani Alves. Messi.
Sees the back pass is going goalwards. Save for Victor Valdez. Yeah, I guess would be within their rights to claim that's a back pass. Would that have been a red card then for Victor Valdez, denying a goal-scoring opportunity? Handball.
Oh, lovely pass from Messi, almost squeezed it through to Fabregas. It was an excellent interception from Escudé and vital. Look at that for possession. Barcelona normally enjoy considerably more in their favour.
It's been the middle third of this half where they were on top, got both their goals. The first 15 minutes was competitive. The last 15 minutes, probably Sevilla just shaded it. That middle spell, 15 to 30 minutes, Barcelona took their chances. And the difference between the two teams at the moment, Sevilla have had a couple of really good chances that they haven't made the most of.
Here's Manu. Busquets. Oh, a good interception. Iniesta, Fabregas. Barcelona with 3 trophies already this season. Another 2 available. They're in the cup final. Spanish authorities finally got around after what seemed an inordinate delay to eventually decide that Atletico Madrid's Vicente Calderón Stadium will host the final against Athletic Bilbao. What a final in prospect on May 25th. Messi taken on by XAVI. Nice touch from Iniesta. Messi sent a little wide, but firmly on the front foot. Not now. Luna with the interception. Fabregas breezes past Rakitic. Don't think Senor Gonzalez will allow too much stoppage time at the end of the half. It's flowed brilliantly. Certainly a game you would think that has more goals in it. Here's Iniesta. It's read easily by Palop. Just 60 seconds left to play.
Chair's job, I think, at half-time will be to rev his players up again to try and instill some belief in these players that they can still get something from this match. It's a great position for Barcelona to be in. 2 goals to the good away from home at Sevilla. Sevilla need that next goal.
Oh, it's sloppy, but it was forced, the error. Pedro finding Messi, and Fabregas! It's a huge save in the context of the match from Palop. Here's Iniesta. Clever run from Fabregas. Oh, corner only. Just about enough time to take it. But a massive save from Palop.
Yep, it's a fantastic save again. Usual Barcelona style. In and around the edge of the 18-yard box. Quick passing. Find the player in space. Fabregas again just puts his head down and shoots the ball goalwards. Doesn't really place it.
Firmly out from Palop, and we're at half-time at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Goals in the 18th and the 25th minute. The second coming from Messi after XAVI had scored the opener. Messi's 51st goal of a brilliant season. And Barcelona well on the way to reducing the gap on Real Madrid to 7 points. 2-0 up at half-time. Welcome back to the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Lionel Messi and company know there's no margin for error in their chase down of Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid. 10 points the gap at the start of the weekend, down to 7 if Barcelona maintain their advantage. Real Madrid at home to Champions League chasing and big spending Malaga on Sunday. We'll have that game for you Sunday evening, don't miss that, amongst a host of games you can see through our normal channels and indeed online from La Liga this weekend. No changes in personnel from the 22 that we started with, but it is worth noting on the substitutes bench for Sevilla, some quality in terms of attacking players. Negredo make his way back from injury, Diego Perotti with an eye for a goal, and the German international Piotr Trukowski also will be hungry to showcase himself on a big night in Seville. Barcelona getting players back from injury, the likes of Alexis and Thiago. Keita recently back from the African Cup of Nations. Piqué. Iniesta. Mascherano. Free kick against the French international, Escudé.
Surprised to see Escudé so far upfield there, pressing the ball. Really central defensive position, tracking the run of Pedro to a deep midfield position.
This is Piqué. Adriano. Forceful run from the Brazilian. Put out easily by Spahic. It's a poor touch by Luna, who's a right back, but predominantly left-footed. Medel. Oh, it's missed, and Busquets' error lets Canute in here. Piqué in the right position. Valdez having to make the save. It's a wicked cross from Canute. Manu wasn't too far away from getting a touch. Corner given.
Good all-round play again from Sevilla. Manu at the near post, the second cross in quick succession from Freddie Canute. Decent save from Valdez, and they didn't rest there. Sevilla pressurised, win the ball back, eventually force a corner.
Which will be taken by Reyes. Out via Busquets. Coming back at Barcelona though, Reyes. Claims he was bought there. Referee not interested, and he's going to produce a yellow card. Showed it to Julian Escudé. May well have been an elbow there, as he was aware of the Barcelona quick counter-attack. Let's see.
See, Reyes there's a tangle with Pedro. I think Reyes is looking to go down as soon as he gets in the 18-yard box. There's no real obvious contact, and Escudé barged the referee. And the elbow was used by Escudé across the chest of the referee, as Barcelona were on the counter-attack.
Well, I'd like to think it wasn't an elbow, but just a shoulder barge from Escudé. Otherwise, the colour of the card would have been altogether a different one.
It's just a shoulder barge, and the referee is just a yellow, is it? And the elbows are red.
Whichever way, it's not the cleverest thing to do from experienced Julian Escudé. Here's Gary Medel. Navas. Away by Piqué.
He's defended that area really well, Piqué, in the near post 3 occasions now. First 4 or 5 minutes of the second half.
Michel Salgado was touching at half-time, Terry, on Piqué. I mentioned it in first half commentary that he's been left out by Guardiola, as Alves will need some treatment here. Guardiola's left him out on a few occasions in recent weeks, and of course with Mascherano playing so consistently well as a central defender now, there's pressure on him.
It certainly is, but I think he just has the slight edge in terms of he's slightly different from Puyol or Mascherano. They do need some height and presence there at times. There's a tangle there, but I don't think Reyes does an awful lot to try and stay on his feet and make progress in the 18-yard box. It's a difficult one for the referee to give, but to simplify it, he does need to liven up Piqué.
The man in the middle, just above the Sevilla crest, is Jose Maria Del Nido, the president of Sevilla, who was pretty damning about the players this past week. Says that a lot of them have shown a real lack of motivation. But they've started the second half well here, and they have another corner.
Started off on the front foot, exactly where they finished in the second, at the end of the first half. This game is far from done and dusted yet for Barcelona.
In by Reyes, almost fell for Canute. Really well-flighted corner from Jose Antonio Reyes. Not an easy one, that, for Barcelona to defend. Sevilla kicking off the weekend in a disappointing 12th. They haven't finished outside of the top 6 in the past 8 seasons. So quite clearly, President and fans alike demanding better. Offside against Fabregas.
In all fairness, Kevin, the president has to accept his share of responsibility as well. What has been a decline in Sevilla's team, not just this season, but the last couple of seasons. Of course, Barcelona's both their fullbacks tonight, ex-Sevilla players. I don't think they've really improved. They've sold players and they haven't brought in better. There we see Spahic, one of those players we're talking about. Scoring up to Fabregas, much to do about nothing. I don't think the quality of the players they've brought in the last 2, 3, 4 years matched those that they brought in during that golden period where they won 2 UEFA Cups.
Jesus Navas was very much a part of those teams, couldn't get on to the pass from Manu. Not too many players remain from those heady days and those back-to-back UEFA Cups that Terry mentioned. Dani Alves was around when Sevilla won a Copa del Rey. In fact, that first UEFA Cup win in 2006 was their first major honour for 56 years. And they went on a cup-winning spree under Ramos for 2 or 3 seasons. But as the man alongside me rightly says, it's ebbed away somewhat. And 1 or 2 teams, even lesser lights like Levante, are looking down on Sevilla at the moment. Foot too high from Busquets. As we know in La Liga, it doesn't have to be very high to draw a referee's whistle.
Can't get a foothold in the second half, Barcelona.
I often wonder how referees decide on that when both players have got their foot at identical heights.
I think home supporters swayed the decision.
I think you're right. Here's Luna, Rakitic, Medel.
That's their job, though, Kevin. That's what they're here for. Cheer on their team.
Piqué. Just a moment there when I thought Gerard Piqué was going to stumble. It was actually Manu that went to ground. Sportingly under play via Victor Valdez. Just while we've got this delay in play, both sets of teams came out tonight wearing T-shirts bearing the name of Abi, a nickname, of course, of Eric Abidal, who is to undergo a liver transplant very soon. We know that it was exactly 12 months ago to the day that he had surgery to remove a cancerous tumour from his liver. There was always the possibility that he would need further surgery if the cancer returned. It has, and our very best wishes go to Abidal and his nearest and dearest for the weeks and months ahead. There was a really horrible experience for the fans and players at White Hart Lane in the FA Cup tie. In case you haven't heard the news, Tottenham against Bolton, that game was abandoned after Fabrice Muamba, the Bolton midfielder, went down without a player near him and needed heart treatment for some 10 minutes on the pitch. We've just had a latest update on Muamba, and he's undergoing tests in the hospital. You get more news on Sky Sports News about that situation, and of course our good wishes go out to Fabrice Muamba and his friends and family.
Reference to Eric Abidal, Kevin. I just find it hard to believe he's played at such a high standard since that first operation. Made a remarkable recovery to get back in time for the Champions League. Play a small part in the final. Lift the trophy. His performances this year have been absolutely amazing. And that sudden shock news was a real surprise to everybody, just to the sheer fact that he's been playing so well this season.
Sevilla going to make a switch. Going to see the German international Trokowski coming on to replace Rakitic. This is like for like at the heart of midfield. not sure the fans were altogether in agreement with Michel's decision to take Rakitic off. But the fresh legs of Trakowski, 35 caps for Germany, hasn't played for them since the World Cup. First season at the club, came in on a free from Hamburg. Here's Alves.
Sevilla have almost had a good half an hour now, 15 minutes before half-time, 15 minutes after half-time. They haven't made the most of that improved form in terms of taking a goal-scoring chance. And that swap, Trakowski for Rakitic, pretty much very in the same vein of type of player. No real tactical change from Michel.
Rare loose pass from Iniesta. Navarro. Good steal from Mascherano. This is Pedro. XAVI. Iniesta. XAVI. Fabregas. Alves. Not the best of throw-outs from Palop. Whipped in by Mascherano. It's a great cross. Messi flung his head back in frustration. Terrific play from Mascherano.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. His anticipation was good. Once he gets forward, he whips in an inch. Perfect cross. Messi just hesitates slightly, which is enough to allow the ball to travel past him at that speed. When you have good spells against Barcelona and you are on top, you have to take chances.
Just want to check that phrase, Terry. Did you say Messi hesitated?
He did.
OK. It will never happen again, trust me.
It's a barren spell. It's 25 minutes since he scored.
But Sevilla only one goal away from making this a thrilling last half an hour.
They look a lot more compact now. They're getting players forward. Getting players back behind the ball. Not massive gaps like there was in that good spell that Barcelona had, but they were comfortable in possession in midfield. They're finding space amongst the back four against Sevilla.
Fabregas. XAVI. Adriano. Messi. This is Luna. Doesn't look very confident on his right side, does he? He's always looking to shuffle it onto his left foot. Iniesta. Alves. Away by Luna. Not very far though. Iniesta. Glorious pass from Mascherano. XAVI. Iniesta. Crowd are getting anxious about Sevilla defensively.
Makes a change for a home crowd in Spain to be urging their players to get the ball forward as quickly as possible, away from their goal. Isn't Sevilla's normal style, but when they've done it tonight, they've caused one or two problems.
Perotti stripped him down there, ready to come on for Sevilla. Iniesta. Dani Alves. In goes XAVI. Palop alert, and able to clutch on. Next goal crucial in this game. Barcelona will feel one more and job is done. Sevilla, as I mentioned earlier, Alvaro Negredo coming back from injury. Pretty sure we'll see him at some stage, but as I mentioned, Perotti's going to be the first to come on. Reyes will depart. Again, Michel putting like for like out there. And the Argentine Diego Perotti hasn't scored for nearly 12 months. No better time to address that situation for him now. Fabregas. Piqué. Iniesta. Adriano.
Good defensive work from Sevilla. Nice and compact again. Players are working a lot harder. Exactly what you have to do. Forwards have to get back and do their bit in midfield and do their side of defensive work. The defenders have to play a little bit higher up the pitch to try and get closer to midfield players. And just that 15-minute spell, Barcelona were really dominant. At that stage, when they scored the second, it looked like it was going to be 3, 4, maybe even more. It's been a good fight back, good response from Sevilla.
Navas. Now Luna. Iniesta. Adriano. XAVI. All the freedom he wants here, Dani Alves. Don't forget there's a full complement of midweek La Liga fixtures coming up. Have some games for you on Tuesday and Wednesday, more about those later. This is Navas. Oh, good cross! Oh, and Manu couldn't turn it in. Well, he got enough on it. A great chance.
He almost gets across Mascherano, just falls the far post. Manu attacks it with his right foot, probably been more advised to have taken it with his left. From a cute angle, he's ended up getting cramped.
Terry, if he takes that with his left, he scores. I'd have put anything on Manu scoring if he'd gone with a favoured left foot from the angle he was at. When you're playing Barcelona, those are the chances you simply have to take. Sevilla, by the way, will be away to Racing Santander in their midweek match. Barcelona will be at home to Granada.
Talked to injured out, Stahic. Manu's got cramp. They've used 2 substitutions. Manu got cramp, which with 24, 25 minutes to go isn't the greatest option.
Well, we're not going to see Negredo. It's going to be defender Kalla who's going to come on to replace the ailing Stahic. It's bad luck for Michel. He wouldn't have wanted to have brought a central defender on at 2-0 down, but he's going to have to. It's Stahic really struggling. But here comes Sevilla now with Manu. Earns a corner out of Mascherano.
He doesn't have to. I mean, he can change tactics, and he could go with a 3 at the back. It's not ideal, but there are 2 goals behind.
Well, Spahic is coming off. Kalla to replace him, who is an out-and-out defender.
I think it's a back injury. See him holding his back afterwards. Pedro showing some concern.
Had some injury concerns of late, Emir Spahic. Kalla, who's been brought back early from a loan spell in Greece with AEK Athens. Forward for the corner. He's in there, causing a problem. Canute has been penalised for a push.
Chel makes an instant decision. When Spahic pulls up injured, instantly, within seconds, Kalla was stripped and ready for action. I just wonder if it delayed that thought process slightly.
Offside in the end against Canute.
Correct decision. Maybe he would have thought about possibly going to a 3 at the back and trying to get a more attacking substitute on for his last change.
Fabregas off. He'll be replaced by Seydou Keita, another former Sevilla player. Some great games for you to watch this weekend. Next up, Sky Sports 4, Sky Sports HD4, Rayo against Betis. Some online games as well. It's a heavy collision here.
Yeah, this was a bad one. It's Keita's first act in the game, isn't it? Long clearance, he's gone up with a... to head the ball, and it was a nasty blow. Nasty clash of heads. Sevilla have used all 3 subs.
Poor old Seydou Keita's only just come on.
So is Kalla. It's the back of Keita's head. It's right across the nose of Kalla. He's done well.
He's done well to make such a quick recovery from that. Seydou Keita looks as though he's had the stuffing knocked out of him rather more. But both players, I think, are going to be okay. That might be a little bit bigger, that bump, by morning time.
There's a proper centre-half for you. Lump the size of an egg on his forehead. Desperate to get back on the pitch.
Canute. Navas. Still 20 minutes to go here. The Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Sevilla, for their part, looking to take closer order on the top 6. Barcelona in position to narrow the gap on Real Madrid to 7 points. It's not going to trouble Valdez.
The substitution of Fabregas for Keita was an admission from Guardiola that he knows that this match isn't won yet. I think it just makes the midfield a little bit more solid. Keita in there now. 2-goal lead to protect. Canute picking up knock there. His endeavours to try and win the ball back quickly. The slide challenge on Gerard Piqué.
Keita closed down well by Kalla. No way through for Navarro. Keita.
We haven't seen Messi in the second half, have we? Been very, very quiet. At times, that's when he's most dangerous.
Free kick earned by Andres Iniesta, who's announced that he's getting married in July, right at the end of the European Championship finals. Well, the first person to confirm he'll be there, the gaffer. But will he still be in charge at the Camp Nou next season? That's the big question, still to be answered. One or two of the Barcelona players suggesting their confidence again this week that he will stay for at least one more season. Messi. Iniesta, clean through. Oh, how has he missed? Only he will know.
Said we haven't seen Messi in the second half, then all of a sudden comes alive, picks the ball up, jinks past a couple of players, inch perfect pass. Andres Iniesta, who should score. There's a slight touch on the back of him from Luna. Makes him lose balance just slightly, and he goes for the dink. There's no excuse, just trying to find a reason how Iniesta missed. Just a slight touch there from Luna, maybe on the back of the ankle of Iniesta, but he should have scored.
That would have been the ice on the wedding cake, wouldn't it? Game over. But at 2-0, job not yet done. Navas. Wonder who Iniesta's best man's going to be at the wedding. If it was a player, I think it'd have to be XAVI, wouldn't it? It's like salt and pepper, isn't it?
Danny Alves is organising the stag night, though.
Perotti. That's a fairly comfortable take for Valdez. Forceful enough, though, from Diego Perotti.
Hasn't had much of an impact on the game since he came in as a sub, but eventually getting into it. The flow of the game has been broken up by one or two players going down injured, the substitutions, which I think has hindered Sevilla more than Barcelona.
Here's Messi. Oh, Medel. The most cynical drag back on Messi. You're not going any further was a clear message there from the Chilean.
Actually clothesline him, doesn't he? Right across the neck. Messi skips past him. Medel drags him to the ground.
They've played against one another many times in internationals, Messi and Medel. Just about in range. And Messi's just saying to XAVI now, watch, this is how it's done. It's a good Sevilla wall. Messi didn't think it was back the full yardage. Two balls on the pitch. Referee happy to see one of them depart.
One crowd have stuck behind their team, as they usually do here. I believe that their team have really put up a good effort so far. Unfortunate not to have got a goal back by now.
Real Madrid, Terry, at home to Malaga, been in some good form of late. How much of a challenge can Pellegrini's side put up there on Sunday?
I'm sure Pellegrini will want his team to do well for a number of reasons, but most importantly because at the start of the weekend they found themselves in fourth position. And contention. The money that they've spent this year means that they should be going for the top 4 spot. Other than the fact that Pellegrini had the 1 season at Real Madrid and probably feels harshly done by it. He was sacked after 1 season. It depends on the belief
one season
players have.
Sorry, Terry. 1 season at the Bernabeu offside against Pedro for Pellegrini, and a record number of points. But he finished second. Mourinho's 2nd season, and the story an altogether different one. It's theirs to lose.
All jumps, it might struck the arm of Freddie Canute. I think that would have been a harsh decision to have given another free kick.
Alves. Messi. It's a foul by Keita. For those of you who maybe weren't with us earlier, just a reminder that Fabrice Muamba, the player who collapsed on the pitch during the FA Cup tie between Tottenham and Bolton earlier today at White Hart Lane, is currently stable in a London chest hospital and is undergoing a series of tests there tonight, and our thoughts are with him and all associated with Bolton Wanderers, and of course Fabrice's family and friends. That game incidentally was abandoned. Such was the serious nature that the problem that Muamba had. Adriano's picked up a yellow here.
So they change him. Andres NAVAS. I don't think it was a dive. His former Sevilla teammate would be too impressed with the reaction of Adriano.
Heading towards the final 10 minutes. Nice turn from Perotti. Piqué has had a much better second half than he did the first. Manu, looking to be a problem. Seen out point comfortably by Javier Mascherano.
Doesn't just do a job there now, Mascherano, does he? He does a really good job.
Good to see the return of Alexis Sanchez. Been out recently with injury. Missed the last couple of games with a thigh problem. XAVI coming off. Well, he never has a bad game, and tonight he's orchestrated, as XAVI does so serenely week in and week out. He's added to his goals tally, 13 now for the season, 9 in La Liga. Barca fans well outnumbered here, know his worth.
It's the Sevilla fans as well, Kevin, showing their respect to one of their World Cup winners. He's not the type of player, is he, XAVI, to raise a temperature or two from the away supporters. Plays football in the right way. And in general, I think everybody that knows anything about football realises how good a footballer he is.
Well, we're going to be talking about these names for decades and decades to come. Their names will ring loud in football history. We're watching one of the great teams, and perhaps the greatest team we've ever seen. It's a Subjective argument, of course, different eras, different styles. So often we have that debate whether Messi's the best of all time, and people bring up, of course, the names of Pelé and Maradona. All good arguments nonetheless, and they'll continue to rage on. Pedro booked for not retreating.
Not so sure he had much chance to be perfectly honest.
No. Puyol going to get a few minutes. Onside here, Navas. Manu in the middle. Here he is, Manu! Deflection. Took it wide of the goal. Dani Alves with a crucial little touch there. Otherwise, Valdez would have had work to do. Corner taken quickly.
I think Adriano's got a knock because he was limping then. He wasn't running back properly. Navas found the space. Puyol's getting ready to come on.
Perotti. Navarro goes on his outside. Perotti has designs on getting the ball in here. Does so. Headed away by Piqué. Driven back in rather aimlessly by Medel.
Adriano can't stay. Jesus Navas struggling to get back in. Manu gets across Dani Alves, can't get a decisive finish on it. Dani Alves just does enough.
Fingertips as well from Valdez, but Dani Alves was the vital touch. So Adriano still fondly remembered here as a very consistent and popular player with Sevilla. And Carlos Puyol on to play at left back for the remaining minutes. Can do that job comfortably enough. Guardiola just having words here with Adriano. Maybe about his lack of ability to get back at Navas. But struggling with an injury, clearly, as Terry picked up on. He's a hard taskmaster, Guardiola, isn't he?
He won't be happy until he's seen we've got the 3 points in the bag, so that whistle's gone. It's been a little bit of a struggle since Messi got that second.
Puyol, who's missed that. Navas. Looking to take on his Spanish international teammate. Pedro. Medel. Messi. Now Pedro. Seydou Keita. Well, like all opposition after 86 minutes, those Sevilla players in white who have been out since the start, legs very tired. They've had to do a fair amount of chasing out of possession. Not impossible, but unlikely that Sevilla can find 2 goals from here on in. Guardiola, a little slipshod with the release of the water bottle, quick to offer his apology. Here's Messi. Oh, lovely pass to Pedro. Easy for Palop. Perotti. Trakowski looking for Canute. Header on is a good one for Navas. Running at Puyol again, Jesus Navas. Space for the cross now. Stands it up beautifully. Canute just couldn't get enough on it. A chance certainly, and Navas once again at the heart of it.
But their chances, they haven't taken any of them.
Oh, it's a well-timed run. Alexis Sanchez, he can bury the game now, surely. No, denied by Palop. Here's Messi. Still Messi. And then chopped down by Cala. And Barcelona won't be in any hurry over the free kick with 2 minutes of the 90 left.
I can't hard to believe, Kevin, it's only 2-0. Sevilla have had an abundance of chances. Barcelona have been wasteful in front of goal as well. Messi gets scythed down there. Trying to do it all on his own. It wasn't impossible. And you see Alexis Sanchez with the latest chance that the player has not taken tonight. Does the hard work, gets away from the defender. Just the goalkeeper to beat. It's a good save from Palop. Is pleading for a chance of Lionel Messi to take a free kick.
Two 0 up, late on in the match. Messi still in charge.
It's round the wall, plenty of swerve and whip on the free kick. Not enough though to creep inside that post of Andres Palop.
Got to say, the Sevilla fans have been magnificent tonight. The more voluble of them behind the goal that Andres Palop was defended in this second half. They stayed with their team right to the end here. No offside flag, and Messi, inevitable. Well, the flag has mystified Lionel Messi. Guardiola's having a long look. I'd like to see that again. No doubt our Spanish director will show us momentarily. Crisp finish from Messi. Should we be surprised? But was he offside?
It was a late flag from the assistant referee. One of those where he's waiting for Messi to touch the ball, to be in play. It's obvious Messi was going to get there first, and the assistant referee waited. So Messi took part in the game. Smashing finish. What the crowd here do at Sevilla, they stick behind their team for 90 minutes. They'll be pleased with the effort they've shown tonight. What happens when they don't play well, at the end of the 90 minutes, they really let them know after the whistle's gone. But throughout the match, they will always stick with their team. But tonight, I think they appreciate how hard their team have worked. They could have gone under at 2-0, but they didn't. They stayed in there. They've stayed in the game. They've almost matched Barcelona for possession.
Here's Pedro. Oh, it's going to open up for Messi. Couldn't take it in his stride. Here's Messi. Trying an outrageous ball through the legs. The one he perfected so brilliantly for the Barcelona second goal in the first half. Through the legs to Spice, and another glorious chip goal from Leo Messi. I only presume our Spanish colleagues have gone for a siesta, not allowing us to view whether Messi was offside or not in putting the ball in the net for Barcelona's third. It's not going to change the outcome of the match. Barcelona have it won now. But Sevilla have had their opportunities, as Terry's rightly said, haven't taken them. That's that's been the difference ultimately.
Sounds they've really worked hard, Sevilla. They've matched Barcelona in so many departments. XAVI's free kick, and Messi's wonderful piece of skill to score the second has been the difference. Manu has missed a few chances, Canute has missed a few chances. Barcelona likewise. Alexis, the latest culprit for Barcelona in front of goal. Iniesta has missed the chance. It's been a really good game, played at a real high tempo. It's another of the attributes, I think, associated now with La Liga football. It isn't just about technical qualities. Every team works really hard. They like to win the ball back quickly, and that's been magnified, I think, in this game from both teams.
Yes, there was a time when Spanish clubs and the national team lacked for hunger and desire, but you ally those qualities to the technique that players in this league have, and that's why Spain is making waves wherever you look. Guardiola won't give up on this La Liga title. There's a long way to go yet. The gap is down to 7 points. They've won here in Seville by 2 goals to 0.